thank God, and I thank Northwestern University Hospital, and I thank America that the resources were there so that we could do everything that possibly we wanted to do for those two little guys. One made it, one didn't. But that's America. And that's not what this health care plan purports to do for us. And I do not want that. Yes?
Irregardless of the assumption of how he's going to vote on this, I've called twice. I've called over to Jackson, but I also called the Lansing number that they put on the TV. And both times I talked to their representatives, and they did listen to what I said. And I know they took note, and they took my name down and everything. So I'm assuming that the message is at least getting to him that, and I told him I represented a lot of people who are afraid to call. But I said I'm not afraid to speak out, so I'm calling.
We shouldn't be afraid to call.
Yeah, sure. But there's a lot of people who say, I can't write letters like you do, and I can't, because they're afraid that, you know, I don't know, they're afraid of what people say to them or whatever, but I'll do it. I get nervous, but I'll do it.
Right. Good job. Thanks, Sharon.
No, his email box is full.
Yeah.
It's bouncing back.
Oh, yeah, well, no. The little short thing that says that he's not taking emails at this time. I tried.
He never does.
They've been trying to get him on the radio station in Valley Creek for months.
Yeah.
He won't go on there. He doesn't want any tough questions.
On Rank's program?
Yeah, he's a coward. He won't go on there.
Yes.
I got a question on the thing that I wonder, why can't we just clean up the system that we've got, like Medicare? I'll give you an example. I had to go to the university a few months ago. I saw one doctor, and we got billed for 9. What did the other 8 do? You know, I mean, they all got paid,
Second
and I only
opinions?
saw one.
Yeah.
And I think that that's half the problem right now, is we need to clean up what we got.
Yeah, and you know, the question is out, and some of you have heard the answer to it already, I'm sure. Which insurance program drops more patients in the United States than any other?
Yeah.
It's Medicare. Medicare drops more patients, or drops in the sense of not paying for procedures than any other insurance company. That's a government program, and that's what they think we should have, another government program, as opposed to giving more incentives, more choice, allowing purchase of health coverage across state lines, expanding the flexibility and use of health savings accounts, allowing associated health plans for small businesses so they can provide a more cost-effective insurance plan for their employees, tort reform to reduce frivolous lawsuits and still allow legitimate lawsuits to take place. And then another aspect of my bill would have granted a refundable tax credit for the purchase of health care by any individual or any family. As I recollect, it was $3,500 per individual and $7,000 per family, which would have very easily bought at least a comprehensive plan for everyone in the United States. And yet we're going this route, which is hugely cumbersome, costly, and will never work. Will never work. Hasn't worked any other place in the world. Premier of Newfoundland comes from Canada and had his heart surgery.
Yeah.
It says something about the Canadian system, doesn't it? He's the premier.
What's the current cost or estimated cost of the healthcare bill?
I've seen upwards as of, yesterday, I've seen upwards as of $2 trillion.
I saw today that the 3 richest people in the world, 2 Americans and a guy from Mexico, if you added up all the money they have, it's only $150, $160 billion. How in the world are we ever going to, if that passes, how are we ever going to have our country back?
We won't. Micah and Claire and their kids